Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Lighthearted Healers meditation. We use a style of meditation learned from Lynne McTaggart's book, Power of Eight. It's remarkably effective, really easy to learn, and I have used it for the past 6 years, multiple times every week. I have great faith in our ability to send our focused intentions out into the quantum field and to make. So we have a tradition. We begin by breathing together. You put your hand over your heart to remind you to breathe through your heart space. Hello, Diane. Good to see you. And as we do this, we will be breathing in for a comfortable count of 4, 5, or 6, and exhaling for a count of 5, 6, 7, slightly longer exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. You can either soften your gaze or close your eyes, whatever feels best. Breathing in, slightly longer exhale, signaling the nervous system that it's time to relax. Inhale, exhale, allowing the flow of your breath to bring your brain and your heart into coherence. Breathing through the heart space, in and out. Relaxing the shoulders, knowing that there's nowhere else you need to be in this moment. Just arriving here in this sacred sphere of energy, connecting with me, connecting with everyone who's here during the live meditation, and everyone who joins the meditation in the recording. We join our energy together to amplify the power of these intentions. Breathing in, breathing out. Thank you, everyone. We are now connected. Our first intention tonight is for Roslin in BC. It's a follow-up intention to her last request. We now intend for Roslin in BC to experience immediate, complete, and permanent healing and freedom from pain in her spine, her head, shoulder muscles, and her sleep, moving forward in life, healthy and well in every way. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention for Roslin and release it with love. Welcome, Liza Field. We're grateful to have you here. Hello, Christine. Welcome. All right. Our next intention is in response to the incident at the festival in Vancouver, and I I'd like us all to send out this intention to insist that some good comes of this. Here's our second intention. We now intend that significant good is inspired by and created immediately and permanently as a result of the tragic events of April 26, 2025 in Vancouver, British Columbia, to honor all affected and because a better world is possible. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention and release it with love. And keep in mind any of your impressions and insights to share later in the chat. Now, our final intention is for us, and it's for the body as a truth detector. We have talked a lot about discernment, using your clairs, and developing a wonderful relationship with your body. And tonight, what I would like to offer you is the the knowledge that your body can be used to help you true and what is not true. And it does take some practice, and you can work with your body to get to the point where you absolutely know what questions you can ask and that you can trust the answers, because I do encourage you to test it and keep track of the responses so that you can discern between the different types of responses can give you. And it's very similar to working with a pendulum or with muscle testing, if you've ever done that. A lot of people use their fingers to say, is this true or isn't it true? Like, body show me a yes, sticky, body show me a no, very slippery. So if you work with your body, you can figure out a yes, no, and a maybe, or there's more to know about the situation. And we will begin with an intention to boost that access for you. We're in unprecedented historical time, and it's not always true. It's not always easy to figure out what's true. Is that video real, or is it photoshopped, or is it AI? It's you need more tools to be able to figure out what's real and what isn't. Let me say hello. Hello, Vicenta. So glad you're here. Hi, Scott. Welcome, welcome. So, our third intention, our final intention for the night. Together, we intend to immediately, completely, and permanently access our body's ability to detect the truth while remaining healthy and well in every way. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention and release it with love. So, thank you so much for lending intentions. We meditated for Roslin's healing and her freedom from pain. Yes, thank you. Roslin is getting healed and clear. Liza feels it. Bless Roslin. Yes, and bless you, Liza, for helping. Thank you. And we also meditated for some good to come out of the tragedy last weekend in Vancouver. And then our final intention was for us to learn to work with our body and to use it to help us discern. So if you'd like to take a minute and pop some comments down to share your experiences during the meditations. Um, the reason why I put the slides up for you is that if you get distracted or your thoughts wander during the meditation, you can always just open your eyes and reread it and connect back with the energy. And I'll tell you a little bit about what I saw in the intention for Roslin. Now, I have really enjoyed getting to know Roslin and Lighthearted Healers. I think she's been with us at least a year. And I just saw her beautiful smile, and she was complete and at ease. And I just loved seeing that and being in her energy. So, every confidence that she will be feeling better, and she'll keep us informed. And then Diane says, in our intention for Roslin, Diane was hearing a song in her head. It's in her language, but translates to, when we have love in our heart, we'll triumph, we'll recover for sure. Oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Hello, Bora Bora 333. Janet, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Welcome. Glad you're here. For the second intention, that was really fascinating. This style of meditation is really powerful for opening the doors of perception. And the very first time I had a mediumship experience, it was in an intention meditation. And today I had the same thing. It connected with the energy of that event, and so moving. I saw sort of a semicircle of the people who have passed over, and I believe there are 11 people ranging from age 5 to 65. What a terrible, terrible loss for the community, and yet they were together, and they had so much compassion and sorrow for us, because they're fine, right? That there is no death. Once we get on the other side, we experience our native state. That's how I think of it. Being here on Earth is the hard part, and being there is wonderful. And people are fine, but they have a lot of compassion for those of us here. And I felt so much love in that community. And yes, this is a very, very, but I could already see sparks of inspiration forming in concentric circles and rippling out throughout the community. There's going to be really good ideas about communities security for events, for ways to reach people who have fallen through the cracks and need mental health care. There's going to be art that comes out of this as people work through their grief and heal after this. It was just really moving and so beautiful, and I just felt goosebumps all over as I connected with their beautiful energy. Yeah, it was beautiful. Okay, so another note from Diane. For the second intention, I saw that I was still holding resentment from the incident. I released that first, then I saw that the incident will pave the way for more security. Yes. Yeah, it's such a shocking event to have happen. Wow. Okay. And sent to set. I felt love and welcome. Roslin will heal. I saw smiles when I closed my eyes. Wonderful. Yes. Hi, Roslin. Glad you're here. It was really, really nice to meditate for you tonight. Yeah, since it was an unprecedented event, the organizers couldn't plan for threats like that, but moving forward, they'll be able to plan ahead. Yes. Yeah, it is. And, when I was in the energy and communing with that group of people, um, there was some connections between them. Like, I don't know, like this was this was something that they did together as a group. I don't know much about the victims or the relationships between them, but now on the other side, they are a type of family, and it was just the energy was just beautiful. And as far as our third intention goes, that was for all of us to connect to our body and to be able to use the sensations in the body and our relationship with the body to help us discern the truth in different situations. And you can test that for yourself. You can say out loud, "My name is Pamela," right? And feel the sensation in your body. If your name is not Pamela, your body will feel a certain way. And then you can say, "My name is Daphne." And then you're going to feel a form of calm in your nervous system. And this is really helpful for when we to others and when we tell the truth to ourselves and when we seek the truth. There are ways to create calm in the body, and one of them is by telling the truth. And we have meditated 5 times on our relationship with our body at this point, once each week for 5 weeks. And I hope that you are feeling like you're enhanced. I hope you are feeling more comfortable in your own skin. Diane says, for the third intention, her focus shifted to her shoulders and shoulder blades. I feel like this is the area in my body that I should feel into when discerning the truth. That is fantastic. Yes, all of us are different. We're going to have different responses, and your relationship and your communication, your conversation that you have with your body is going to be unique to you. That is beautiful. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. So much good can come from this style of meditation. Um, I mentioned mediumship experiences. I have had spontaneous remote viewing experiences using this style of meditation. And it doesn't require 8 people every time. It can be 2 people I've intended by myself and have gotten great results. But the more people, the more connections that you create. And my theory after 6 years of this practice is that together we are focused on the energy in a consistent and solid stream of energy, right? My mind might wander, but you are connected, right? Your mind might wander, but somebody else is connected. I think that's part of the magic of intending together. I think it's just really beautiful. Roslin writes, thank you to everyone. I'm still having a problem with my speaker. No worries. Hopefully my daughter will have it fixed soon. Thank you to all for here, Roslin. Thanks for letting us intend for you. What? Liza says, I can't stand vanilla bean ice cream. Wait, the body says, not true. I love that. That's so fun. Yes, and, we often end up doing really big intentions, right, for justice and peace and healing, but I am very happy to, intend for people to do to successfully clear their clutter before they have house guests or to go into a presentation and do a really wonderful job. Please let us intend for you. And if you'd like some help, go ahead and send me an email at relaxwithdaphne at gmail. I'll put it in the chat. And let me know what you're interested in. Now, to intend for someone, we need permission and consent. And you've probably noticed that the intentions have a particular format, and there are things that are appropriate to intend for and things that aren't appropriate to intend for. So keep that in mind. But you can send me what you're thinking, and I'll work with you on it. No worries. Let's see what. Oh, yeah, let's see what Vicenta is asking. When talking to a friend the other day, she was telling me something that for a moment I did not believe, but all of a sudden I felt goosebumps. Is that a sign she was telling me the truth? That is a fascinating question. I get that a lot. I get all kinds of goosebumps. And my theory is that that is from my guides. They are telling me to pay attention. So I don't know if they were trying to tell you that you should believe her, or that you should ask more questions, or that there's something more to discover in that situation. But that is wonderful. That is a conversation with you and your guides and your body. Yeah. Yeah, Diane says getting goosebumps is a common confirmation of truth. Yes, I've had some extraordinary experiences where, um, like, two or three people standing in a conversation, and everybody will get goosebumps. Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much, you guys. This has been really wonderful, and so nice to have you all here with me and in the chat. And it is time to disentangle our energy from the group. And this is just part of good energy hygiene. We let the intentions go once we've meditated on them. You don't carry them with you. You clear the energy as you release it. And we are going to, thank you, Diane. That's so helpful. It's time to disentangle our energy from the group, and pay attention to your body as we do this. When I drop into this typical 2-minute breathing session at the end of our meditation, it's almost like a door is closing, and the disconnection from the group energy is very palpable. So see if you experience the same thing. Okay, I've started the timer, and we're going to drop back into our breathing, but this time we're going to intend to disentangle our energy from the group and from the intentions. But if there is anything that you found comforting, inspiring, hopeful, helpful, please take that with you into your week. Hand over heart, breathing in, and a slightly longer exhale. Inhale, exhale. Returning to your room, wherever you're seated. Your energy returning to the body, feeling contained in the body, comfortable in the body, feeling like you're good friends with your body. Exhaling, relaxing your shoulders. Softening the spine. Feeling really good about the work we did here tonight. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next time.